Hi, my name is Glenn Taylor. I'm going to be presenting. I brought this in a few months ago, and they thought, well, I just doing show and tell, and this is something I got on eBay. It's a transistor tester, and they came out maybe a year ago, and it's an open source project, and I also follow YouTube quite a bit and eBay, and I'm kind of like a junkie of eBay and YouTube. You know, everything I've learned about Arduino came from YouTube. This thing, I was watching a video on one of the guys I follow, Dave Jones, on the EEV blog, and he did a review of this, and he's really harsh on these things. He doesn't really care for some of the Chinese stuff, and these are being manufactured in China. It's an open source design, they can do whatever they want. Anyway, he gave it a rousing review. He really liked it. It's only $6. This part here, the ZIF socket, is probably worth $3 or $4. Since I bought this, they have now wonderful tariffs between us and China. This now, the whole thing, instead of $6, is going to cost you $12. That's just the way things are. So anyway, what it does is it's called a transistor tester, but it does more than just transistors. It does resistors. I can bring this up. It does resistors, capacitors, diodes, LEDs, inductors or coils, transistors, MOSFETs, Thyristors. This thing also has a freak counter or meter and a signal generator built in. It also, the signal generator produces square wave and pulse width modulated signals, waveforms. It also can test infrared remote controlled units. And what it doesn't test these things to tell you if they're good or bad. It's more, you know, you plug it in and it'll tell you, well, this is the capacitor and this is what I'm measuring. It won't tell you if it's good or bad. That's kind of up to you. You look at what's written on it and compare with what the unit comes back with. Anyway, I also bought this unit. This is a surface mount version, and I thought, well, it would be a little bit cheaper. Well, it ended up costing me a little more than, I think it was like $7. But this one, it's all through hole except for 3 components. There are 3 surface mount components down here. I can show it better probably here. Down here, well, down in this area are the surface mount components. And at my age, I got a little bit of the shakes, and this was like murder. So I wasn't real happy about doing surface mount. I don't have a microscope or stereo microscope or anything like that. So I just, you know, kind of winged it. And it works. So I'm happy about that. Actually, this unit has more functionality than this one does. Now, we'll get into that. We'll show you what it does. We'll try a transistor first. And there's 3 lines going to this ZIF socket. And the way you turn it on and test something is you just push this knob down. And it comes up, it wakes up, checks the battery, and then starts doing a test. And it draws a little diagram of what the device looks like. So you can tell the emitter is on pin 1, the base is pin 2, and collector is pin 3. And it tells you some other things. It says this is a NPN transistor. So it's kind of handy to have, you know, $6. You know, it's these things are just extremely popular right now. I just thought I'd share that with people. So then to do another component, we'll do a capacitor. This is a Mylar capacitor. Put that down and push the button again and it resets. It'll time out automatically. Well, there we go. Can you see that okay, or there's probably a little glare? So it's, yeah, 283 nanofarad. The ESR is equivalent series resistance. I think lower is better, but don't quote me on that. I think ESR, it's handy for like tantalum and electrolytic. You can tell if something is not working, it's leaky or something like that. So anyway, that's a Mylar cap. This is electrolytic. Well, let me redo this. There.
Can you drag it down a little bit?
What's that?
Slide it down a little bit.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Oh, just sometimes it takes a while, especially like electrolytic. It's got to put enough juice into it to see what's going on. So, 22.97 microfarad. And the last couple digits probably doesn't make any difference. But anyway, and that's this is a tantalum cap. Oh, that might be it. Oh, 23.2 microfarad. So here's a diode LED. These test really quick. You'll see it if you look at the diode. It'll flicker. It'll come on just for a split second. See? And it just tells you it's a diode. It doesn't really know it's an LED. But it tells you where the anode and cathode are, and some other characteristics about the device. Here's a diode.
I have a question on the LED.
Yeah.
Is that first number the forward voltage, the 1.94?
I'm not sure. I really haven't studied what it does with the LEDs that much. So. But I have some Zener diodes at home, and I tried those, and you would think it would tell you what the voltage is, you know, like a 6.2 or something, and it really didn't tell me that. So it just.
Sorry, when's if you plug in like a really big LED, like 100 watt?
It won't do.
32 volts.
I don't think it'll do.
It won't even tell you anything? Or?
Yeah, this thing has ranges, and it's low voltage, so it's just a 9-volt battery powering the thing. I think it only gets 5 volts to run the unit off the battery. Okay. We'll try the diode and see what that does. Yeah. Oh. I guess diodes have capacitance and I'm not sure what the other things are, but I mean this thing's, there's a lot of stuff here. This one, I can show you that. It's got a nice backlight, but all it does, it doesn't do near as much as this one does. So it automatically goes off after a certain period of time. It'll time out. But this thing has a menu. If I hold this down for like 2 seconds, it'll take me to that other menu, I think. Nope. There we go. Timeout. Bear with me here. There's a menu that this thing, there it is. This will test transistors, frequency. There's a frequency generator, a pulse width modulation, and some other settings here. Coils are interesting that they measure the inductance and the resistance. So you pop a coil in here, it automatically does that. You don't have to go to this menu to select that. This is the infrared decoder and encoder. I don't know what DHT is. It also does a self-test, and there's a, I made a little thing. All you do is you short the 3 lines together and go to self-test, and it'll lead you through the process of calibrating it. So. Anyway, this is I've covered all that. The history of it was, it's an open source project originally started in 2009 by this guy, Marcus Friedrich. And in 2011, the project was turned over to Karl-Heinz Kubler, and who continues to support and drive the current development. It's open source, so it's out there, and they don't care if somebody in Germany wants to build kits, they grab that design or they build it and sell it on eBay or China or Malaysia, whatever. So it's out there. This is, there's documentation, where to purchase. There are probably 20 different testers currently being sold on eBay and Banggood, AliExpress, all based on the same open source design. They range in price from $6 to more than $40 if you want an acrylic case with it and or color display. I learned about this from Dave Jones, and he gave it a big thumbs up. If you're interested in purchasing one of these testers, you go to eBay, and there's a link here you can click on, and it'll bring up lots of them, all different kinds. And these are the different model numbers that they're selling. So, and again, this unit has that full menu. This one does not. But this one you're going to have to solder, and you're going to have to do the those 3 surface mount components, and good luck. Yeah, this one, all it does is simply tests and identifies various components. That's it. So, that's all I've got. If any questions or
So have you tested anything that, where you found like the resistance or anything like that is outside of the spec of what the actual component says it is?
No.
Usually test and spec?
I'm grabbing these from my parts bin, and that's mostly supplied from Mouse or wherever, you know.
Sure.
So they should all be good. Once in a while I'll clip something off a old board I find, you know, I'm taking to the dump, and let's go through here and see what I can salvage. So.
Cool.
As you're putting in your little piece of equipment you're testing, does it matter what slots you're putting those in?
No.
Locking those down?
There's just 3 lines, and if you put them on the outer 2 lines, or the, you know, 1 and 2 or 2 and 3, this thing will sense that. So if you do like a 2-leg or 2-lead device, and that's how you put it, that's how you've inserted it, it'll pick that up and just say, you know, if it shows a diagram, a graphic, it'll show, well, pin 2 is this and pin 1 is this.
That's pretty cool. For reference, while you're doing this, I did some eBay searching,
Yeah?
and for a whopping total of $20, you can buy it pre-assembled. And for $25, pre-assembled with the case.
Yeah?
So if you don't want to do the soldering, that is available.
Yeah.
You'll probably get it next year though, because it's coming from China.
Well, that's why I bought this one. I was so frustrated with this. I was lucky it worked. And I thought, well, I can't tell people to buy this one. It's just a pain in the ass. So I thought, well, I'll just tell them about this. And then I get it, and I find out it's not near as nice as the first one. So.
Any other questions? Thanks a lot.
Okay, thanks.